going to be light air. Definitely not this boat's conditions, but I think that we learned a lot on the Key West race, and we're going to use the lessons learned on that race to keep the boat going. We're gonna stay on the western shore to pick up the sea breeze, hopefully early in the afternoon, and we're gonna make the most out of what we can do. We're gonna keep the boat moving. We're gonna be smart. We're not gonna make any dumb decisions, and most importantly, we're gonna have a good time.
Okay.
We were a little slow off the line, but we got out, tacked over to port tack, got some clean air, and now we're right up there with the rest of the fleet. You know, we're moving, doing almost 5 knots and 6 knots of breeze, which for this boat is, we're moving. So.
35 seconds, upside down.
Yes, sir. We are just outside of Annapolis Harbor. We probably got 6 miles to go to Thomas Point Light. And we're on port tack and 6 knots of breeze. The breeze is pretty much out of the southeast. And it looks like it's building out in the bay, so it could be an interesting afternoon. We'll see. Alright, so we're making 6.5 knots here and 8 knots of breeze. Pretty much a beam of Thomas Point Light here. And we are on port tack, headed straight down the bay. At this point, it doesn't look like we're going to be tacking anytime soon. And we made a little bit of play out to the left side of the course here to catch a little bit of a breeze line, and it seems like it's really helped us out. I think we put the screws to the guys who stayed inshore. And we're expecting the breeze to come back east a little bit, and maybe we'll be able to crack off onto a beam reach, and this boat will really light up. So we'll see what we get in a couple hours. Back up at the top range of our number 1 here, humming along. Yield over about 25 degrees. We're making 6 knots over the bottom. Passed the LNG pier a little bit ago, and we're doing about 190, 199, somewhere in there. Headed straight down the bay. We've been picking boats off left and right, and we're finally into Nanuq breeze. Life is good on board Nanuq. Dinner was delicious. Nobody eats like us. Getting close towards sundown. I think we've got another hour or so. And we're also coming up on the shift change. It's going to be the brothers, the ladies, and Talkie John. And the next hour or two is probably going to be the critical moment of the race here, at least as far as we've gone so far. Expect the wind to kind of die and go to the east a little bit. So hopefully that should be good for us if it doesn't die too much. We'd like beam reaching and close reaching. But we're just hoping the wind stays strong through the night, and we're going to fight it out hard, Nanuq style. And it should be a good evening. I'm ready for bed. So should be good. The night, well, it had its ups and downs, but I think we survived the night pretty effectively. I think we did a good job sailing on the lifted board. The wind around midnight freshened up. We were up to about 13, and it lasted for a couple hours, and then we were back down to really super light air around 4. And then the wind built in about sunrise. We're right off of Deltaville right now, just a hair south, and we're making about 6 knots over the bottom in only about 6 knots of breeze. We got a couple boats behind us. That's the only boats that we can see that are to weather. There's 2 boats on the horizon to leeward a little bit, and then there's 3 or 4 boats in our fleet that are on our leeward hip. So we feel pretty good about where we are right now, and and it should play out in the next couple hours. The breeze is either gonna go east and build, or it's gonna go west and die. So we're kind of hedging our bets, and we're in the middle to cover either. We are about 6 miles from the York River Light, or the entrance to the York River. So we're about 12 miles from the finish, maybe, in a building sea breeze here. Taking a hitch out just to see if we can't put a little distance between us and the fleet. Who's all over there. We rounded York River buoy and got the spinnaker up. Got a nice run to the finish. We got a whole bunch of people who were their first time trimming the spinnaker. Got us into the finish. We finished at 3 o'clock, so it took us about 29 hours. A pretty respectable time, given it was upwind and light. We had a good time. Everybody made it. No cuts, no bruises, no broken bones or fingers. So all in all, good success for Nanuq sailing.